offer price is given, we calculate the maximum number of shares. I want a repetition from your side, uh, as a group, the whole class as a whole. If you can start giving me what is step one, what is step one? You have written down everything in your
Sources.
notebook.
Sources.
Sources of fund.
Sources of funds or sources of buyback, and what all things are included over there in sources. Step one.
Journal reserve,
General reserve.
profit and loss,
General reserve, securities
profit
premium,
and
profit
loss.
and loss.
Okay, so can I say that in sources we include all our divisible profits plus securities premium? I repeat, in sources we include all our divisible profits plus securities premium. So total of all our divisible profits plus securities premium is termed as reserves and surplus. What is step two?
25% of own
25%.
funds.
25% of funds. Correct. So what all things are included in own funds? Can I say reserves and surplus total, what we get from step one, plus your total paid up capital of equity shares, especially all the shares has to be fully paid up. This is the point which we will always have to remember. Next is paid up capital of preference shares. Total up all the three things, that is your reserves and surplus as per step one, plus equity share capital of all the fully paid up shares and preference share capital. Total up, we get own funds and we find out 25% of own funds. What is step three? What is step three?
Minimum own fund.
Minimum own funds.
Minimum own funds. In minimum own funds, what do we do? What do we start with?
Own fund less 50% of debt.
Own funds less 50% of debt. In case of 50% of debt, I just want to know from you all that do we include bills payable in that? Do we include bills payable in 50% of debt? No, we don't include. We only include all those debts which are long term in nature. That is your term loan, debentures, etc. Why do we do step number three? What is the importance of step three? Can somebody tell me? One of the requirements of section 77 is to have debt equity ratio post buyback 2 is to 1. So to keep that requirement intact, we do step number 3. Now I'm going back to step number 1 and 2. I want one thing from you all. Say for example, in the balance sheet, we have profit and loss account, which is divisible profit, 2 lakh rupees. And during the buyback, we have a profit on sale of investment of rupees 50,000. So what do we take in profit and account while calculating the number of shares? Do we take 2 lakh? Do we take 50,000? Do we take 2 lakh 50,000? 2 lakh is from the balance sheet. 50,000 is the profit on sale of investment. So do we take 2 lakh 50,000 or just 50,000? I did not get any response from you all. Am I still connected with you all? Am I audible? Can somebody tell me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so I have given a question. Say the balance sheet, what we have in the question gives you profit and loss account of 2 lakh rupees. During the year, when we sell investments at the time of buyback, we have a profit of 50,000. So while calculating the limits or while doing this calculation of finding out maximum number of shares, do we take 2 lakh, do we take 2 lakh 50,000 or do we take 50,000?
2 lakh.
What is the reason behind it? I had told you all last time, I am repeating. That as per Companies Act, we have to take all the figures from the balance sheet, from the last audited balance sheet. So we will take all those figures only from the balance sheet, irrespective of the case, whether there is a profit or loss in between the balance sheet and the buyback. All the limit calculations and everything has to be done as per last audited balance sheet. I hope you remember this. I expect some type of responses from you all. Let's go ahead. We had step 1, that is sources. Step 2, 25% of own funds. Step 3, minimum own funds. What is step 4?
25% paid up equity share capital.
25% of paid up equity share capital. Over here, what do we do? What do we find out?
Maximum number of shares.
Maximum number of shares. To that, we multiply it with the offer price given
Offer
to
price.
offer price given to us in the question. Then step number 5.
Maximum possible amount of buyback.
Maximum possible amount of buyback. Perfect. And in maximum possible amount of buyback, we find out list of step 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have figures in step 1, 2, 3, and 4. So whichever is the least figure will comply with all 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? So we find out maximum possible amount of buyback, which is step least of step 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then finally, step 6, maximum possible number of shares. That will be maximum possible amount of buyback divided by offer price.
Offer price.
Perfect. Everyone, any doubts in this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Now I had told you all that next time, that is, we will learn how to check conditions and find out the number of shares to buy back and offer price. Okay, when offer price and number of shares both are not given, then what to do? Okay, so in that case, step number 1, 2, and 3 remains the same. What is there in step 1? We add up all the divisible profits. We add up securities premium to find out reserves and surplus. Step number 2 is 25% of own funds, which is reserves and surplus total as per step 1, plus equity capital, which has to be paid up. Then you have preference share capital. Add up 1, 2, and 3, that is reserves and surplus, equity capital, preference share capital, and then multiply by 25% to find out 25% of own funds. Number 3, minimum own funds. Here, this what we are doing is post buyback, our debt equity ratio has to be 2:1. Hence, we are finding out a requisite figure for that. In that, we start with own funds as what you have in step number 2. From that, you reduce 50% of debt is always long-term in nature. So we have term loans, bank loan, debentures, etc. We find out minimum own funds. Here is the change now. step number 4, 25% of paid up equity. That is nothing but we find out maximum number of shares and then we multiply by 25% to find out number of shares. In step number 4, when offer price was given, I repeat, in step number 4, when offer price was given, we used to multiply the 25% number of shares into offer price and find out an amount. When offer price is not given, we don't multiply with offer price because we don't have that figure. So we just find out 25% of total number of shares in step number 4. Step 5 is same, maximum possible amount of buyback, and here it will be least of 1, 2, and 3. We don't have an amount in number 4. So here it will be least of step number 1, 2, and 3. So we'll get an amount. Step number 6 is maximum possible offer price, which will be maximum possible amount of buyback divided by maximum number of shares. That is step number 5 divided by step number 4. Did you get this? Any doubts over here?
Yes, sir.
So, what is the
Yes.
logic of least of 1, 2, 3?
See, when you say that least of 1, 2, 3, that means, say for example, you have, okay, let me just write down. Say for example, over here you have an amount, say example 3 lakh rupees. Okay. Here you get an amount as 1,50,000. And here say for an 1,75,000. Okay. I'm just taking an arbitrary example. You have to have debt equity ratio more than 2:1. So you have to keep minimum own funds this much. You cannot buy back more than 25%. So you cannot buy more than 1,50,000.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
And you cannot buy back more. You have to keep your debt equity ratio less than 2:1 to buy back.
Sir, your voice is
You cannot
breaking.
So your voice is cracking, sir.
buy back more than. Wait a minute. I have reconnected to a different network. Uh, Please again let me know if at all there is a breakage in voice or something, some issues. Please let me know. Then so return is 3,170. Arbitrary first I have written. The first condition is that we cannot buy back more than, I repeat, we cannot buy back more than our divisible profit.
Sir, again, your voice is not
Like
proper.
Guys, one thing is that I'm connected to a LAN network which is having a 50 Mbps speed. and there is no other device connected to it. So it may be a case that extreme rains and rain. Please think about that as well. Check your please. A low network at your end may also create a problem. 50 Mbps speed, one single person. I don't think that will have problems now. Yes, earlier it was shared, but now that is not the case. So I repeat, a company cannot buy back more than its divisible profits plus securities premium. So 3 lakh is the limit above which they cannot go as per condition number 1. Condition number 2, 25% of own fund, which is 1,50,000. They cannot go over and above 1,50,000 buyback for satisfying condition number 2. And for 50,000 buyback 2, satisfy condition 1, 2, and 3, all 3. Can I say that if I take least figure, 1,50,000, that will satisfy condition 1, condition 2, and condition 3? Condition 1 says not more than 3 lakhs. Condition 2 says not more than 1,50,000. Condition 3 says not more than 1,75,000. So if I do a buyback of 175, that is minimum possible amount of buyback, least of 1, 2, and 3. Least of 1, 2, and 3 is 1,50,000. So if I buy back for 1,50,000, it satisfies condition 1, condition. That is the reason why we have least of 1, 2, and 3. Is that clear? Any doubts? Am I audible? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
I request you all to please give me some type of a feedback. Every time I need to ask 3 or 4 times saying that is this fine, is it audible? No one answers. I don't understand. Let's go ahead to the question. So we have this question. I have given you all the screenshots of everything. Even this screenshot is given to you in WhatsApp. Please check. You can copy it down from there. The questions are also given. Let us read the question, then I'll share my whiteboard and I'll solve over there. Following is the balance sheet of X Limited as on 31st March 2020. Equity shares face value rupees 10, 2 lakh 50, 25 lakh, securities premium 5 lakh, profit and loss 10 lakh, general reserve 10 lakh, creditors 15 lakh, 10% debentures 25 lakh, bills payable 5 lakh, land and building 20 lakh, plant and machinery 10 lakh, furniture 10 lakh, investment 15 lakh, stock 10 lakh, debtors 15 lakh, bank balance 15 lakh. The company decided to buy back maximum possible number of equity shares. The company decided to buy back maximum possible number of equity shares out of profit at maximum possible offer price. So we don't know the shares, we don't know the offer price. All legal formalities were duly completed, past necessary journal entries. Any doubts in the question? Any doubts, especially balance sheet? No response from your side, as good as no doubts. Prepare the format for calculating the offer price and maximum number of shares. The format of particulars and to amount column. Let me know once the format is done so that we can go ahead. So we need to find out maximum number of shares and the offer price, and then we will start with the journal entries. So what will be the first point? Number one.
Sources.
Correct. Sources. In sources, what all things do we have? First,
General reserve,
equity
profit and loss.
general. Perfect. We have general reserve 10 lakhs. We have profit and loss 10 lakhs and security premium 5 lakhs. So how much is the total?
25 lakhs.
Okay. So that is the answer for first step number one. Step number two, 25% of own funds. Here we start with reserves and surplus. Which is 25 lakhs. To that we add fully paid up equity shares and fully paid up preference shares. We don't have preference shares, we have equity shares which are fully paid up. So we write down equity share capital, which is again 25 lakhs. Total own funds 50 lakhs. And then 25% of own funds, how much will be 25% of 50 lakh rupees? 12,50,000.
12,50,000.
Step number 3 is minimum own fund, right? We start with own funds. funds of 50 lakh rupees. Of debt. Do we take creditors?
No, sir.
Yes, of them in nature. Do we take bills payable? No. So we take that is 25 lakh rupees and 50% of that. So 50% of 25 lakhs, that will be 12,50,000.
12,50,000.
Minimum own funds 47,50,000. For 25% of equity shares. Number of equity shares. How much is the total number of equity shares? Can I say you have equity share capital of 25 lakhs, which is represented by equity share of rupees 10 each, fully paid. So 2,50,000 number of equity shares you have, and 25% of total equity shares. How much will be 25% of 2,50,000?
62,500.
Maximum possible amount of buyback, that is list of 1, 2 and 3. Can you tell me what will be the amount? In number 1 we had 25 lakhs. Number 2 we had 12,50,000, and number 3 we have 37,500. So lease will be 12,50,000.
12,50,000.
Correct. And number 6, maximum possible offer price, that is step 5 divided by step 4, which will be maximum possible amount of buyback divided by maximum number of, which is 12,50,000 divided by 62,500. How much do you get?
20.
What about others? Rupees 20 per share.
Yes, sir.
Now can we start with the journal entries? The first journal entry. For sources, do we have any issue of shares? Do we have any sale of investment? Issue of shares, sale of investment, We don't have any issue of shares. We don't have sale of investment. So we go ahead. Amount payable to equity shareholders. Can I say that equity shares of face value rupees 10 is bought back at rupees 20? That is 10 rupees premium. So our entry will be equity share capital account debit 6,25,000. Premium on buyback account debit 6,25,000. To equity shareholders 12,50,000. Can I say 62,500 shares can be bought back at 20 pair? So our first entry is equity buyback account debit 62,500 into 10, 6,25,000. 60,500 into 10, that is 6,25,000, and 62,500. Any doubts in entry number? Any doubts over here?
No, sir.
Next, what will be the next entry?
CRR.
CRR. How much CRR will be? CRR is equal to face value of shares bought back less fresh issue of face value of shares. Do we have any fresh issue? We do not have any fresh issue. So can I say that 6,25,000 rupees capital bought back will be created as CRR out of free reserves? Which reserve will we use?
First general reserve.
Yes, we can use any of the divisible profits. First, in general reserve, we have 10 lakh rupees and we require only 6,25,000. So we can take our general reserve fully. General reserve account debit to capital redemption reserve account 6,25,000. 6,25,000. After that, next,
Writing of premium.
we will write off premium on buyback. Correct. Premium on buyback is 6,25,000, and at the time of writing of premium on buyback, we first utilize securities premium and then go for free reserve. Securities premium we have is only 5 lakh. So we require other free reserve as well, right? So can I say security premium account debit? You can use general reserve, you can use profit and loss. General reserve has enough balance, so I'm using Securities premium account debit, general reserve account debit to premium on buyback. Next, last entry, payment, simple entry, equity shareholders account debit to bank. Number 4, equity shareholders account debit to bank. 12,50,000. Any doubts, queries, questions?
No, sir.
Shall we go ahead next question?
Yes, sir.
Let us read that question first. Following is the balance sheet of Swamini Limited as on 31st March 2020. Equity shares face value rupees 10 lakhs, 10% preference shares face value rupees 10 5 lakhs, securities premium 2 lakh, profit and loss account, general reserves 4 lakh and 10% debenture 6 lakhs. Fixed assets, investment stock, debtors, bank balance. The company decided to buy back maximum possible number of equity possible. That means the question is not giving you how many shares will be bought back, and the question is also not giving you the offer price. We have to calculate that. Temporary bank overdraft was arranged in case of shortage of funds. That means they are trying to say that if the bank balance is less than the amount payable, then they have a facility of bank overdraft. All the legal formalities were duly completed. You are required to ascertain maximum can be bought back. Also pass necessary journal entries. Prepare balance sheet post buyback. We will ignore balance sheet as of now. We will find out the number of shares, offer price, and pass journal entries. Prepare the format. Format done?
Yes, sir.
Let's start. What is step 1? In sources,
Sources.
we have securities premium, profit and loss, general reserve. Correct. Securities premium, profit and loss, and general reserve. So we'll write down all three. General reserve 2 lakhs. Profit and loss 1 lakh. And security premium 2 lakh. Total reserves and surpluses 5 lakhs. What's next?
25% of own funds.
25% of own funds. We start with reserve, which is 5 lakh. Then we have equity share capital, which has to be paid up. How much is equity share capital? 10 lakhs. We also have preference share capital. Five lakhs, which is own funds. Now we require 25% of own funds. Which is 20 lakhs. Correct me if I'm wrong. What is next step?
Minimum own funds.
Minimum own funds, number 3. In minimum own funds, we start with own funds. From this, we reduce 50%. Do we take creditors?
No, sir.
No, sir.
We don't take creditors. That is short term. We only take long term. That is 10%. Of 6 lakhs. That is 3 lakh rupees. Minimum own funds is 17 lakh. Step number 4, 25% of equity share. 10 lakh divided by 10 rupees face value, that is 1 lakh. 1 lakh shares. 25% of total number of shares will be 25,000 shares. Let's go ahead. Number 5. Maximum amount for buyback. That will be least of 1, 2, and 3. What will be the amount? Can somebody tell me?
5 lakh.
5 lakh.
So that is 5 lakh. Number 6. What is number 6? Maximum possible offer price. So maximum offer price, can I say it will be maximum amount divided by maximum number of shares, that is 5 lakhs divided by 25,000. ₹20.
20 rupees.
Can you all pass the entries? Or do you require help from my side? Start passing the entries. Pass the entry for source. If at all you have, then pass the entry for amount payable on buyback. Pass the entry for creation of CRR. Then overdraft over here. Pass the first 4 entries. Sources Are the entries done? How much is the amount payable?
5 lakh rupees.
So can I say equity share capital 25,000 into 10, 2,50,000. Premium on buyback 2,50,000 to equity share holder 5 lakh. Creation of CRR. We don't have any fresh issue. So can I say CRR worth rupees 2,50,000 will be created? How much free reserve do we have? We have free reserves in the name of general reserve 2 lakh, profit and loss 1 lakh rupees. So we can use general reserve free loss for 50,000. General reserve account 2 lakh, profit and loss 50,000 to capital redemption reserve 2,50,000. I hope these two entries are done.
Yes, sir.
Next, after this, writing of premium on buyback. So, premium on buyback 2,50,000. For writing of premium on buyback, we first utilize securities premium and then go
Securities
for
premium.
correct, and
Profit
then
and loss.
go for other free reserves. Perfect. So we'll use securities premium 2 lakh and 50,000 balance of profit. What will be the entry?
Securities premium account debit. Profit
Correct.
and loss account debit to premium on buyback. So
Correct.
2
Security
lakh 50,000 and then 2 lakh 50,000.
of 2 lakh for securities premium, profit and loss 50,000 to premium on buyback 2,50,000. Now we need to pay. We need to equity shareholders balance of 3 lakh rupees, and we are supposed to pay 5 lakhs. So can I say that an overdraft of rupees 2 lakh is required? So in that case, entry will be equity shareholders 5 to bank 3 lakhs to bank overdraft 2 lakhs. This is the only change what we have in the question with respect to enough balance, and which was already indicated to us in the question that if the bank balance is less, then the company has requisite overdraft facility which will be used. Shall we go?
Yes, sir.
Next question, number 3. Following is the balance sheet of Unique Limited as on 31st March 2020. Equity shares, preference shares, securities premium, profit and loss, general reserve, creditors, 10% debentures, fixed asset, investment, stock, debtors, bank balance. The company decided to buy back maximum possible number of equity shares at maximum possible offer price. For the purpose of buyback, company sold investments at 7,75,000. Company had also issued 15,000 10 per preference shares of rupees 10 each at rupees 20. Post buyback, company decided to issue bonus shares out of profits in the ratio of 1:10. Temporary bank overdraft was arranged in case of shortage of funds. All legal formalities were duly completed. You are required to ascertain the maximum number of equity shares to be bought back, offer price at which maximum number of shares can be bought back. Also pass necessary journal entries in the books of Unique Limited. Can you find out maximum possible number of shares and maximum possible offer price? Help you out. Can you find out maximum possible number of shares and maximum possible offer price?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, start doing it fast. If at all you have any doubt, queries, Make sure that you follow all the rules and regulations of a buyback. Not forget anything else. What is the amount? I'm right. For number one, sources of 12 lakhs. $29 lakh 50,000. That is own funds. 25%. That is 7,37,500. Number three, $28,50,000. Did you all get this figures? I hope I'm connected with you all. Not getting any type of responses from you.
Yes, sir.
So I got own.
This is the point step.
So own funds.
That is what I'm trying to say. This is the point where everyone will make mistake because of 8 rupees paid up, partly paid up. Nothing else. You must have taken 10 lakh rupees.
So we should take 8 lakhs, no?
Why 8 lakhs?
So 12 lakhs.
Why 8 lakhs?
I mean 12 lakhs.
How much is the? It has to be 12 lakh 50,000, right? See, what is question giving the data? There was a reason I asked you all to do it on your own, just to make you aware that we have to keep in mind that paid up value. See, right now the balance sheet is giving us data equity share capital face value rupees 10 and paid up value is 8 rupees. The amount is 10 lakhs. So can I say 10 lakh divided by 8 will give me number of shares, that is 1,25,000. And then we make it fully paid up, that is into 10. So for the buyback, equity share capital will be 12,50,000. So for step number 2, we have reserves and surplus 12 lakh plus 50,000, that is 24 lakh 50,000 plus 5 lakh rupees preference share capital, 29 lakh 50,000. Then into 25% will give you 7 lakh 37,500. Correct me, I'm wrong.
Yes, sir.
I hope everybody understood what was the point which you have to keep in mind and how to calculate when your shares are partly paid up. Amount which is available in the balance sheet divided by the paid up value will give you equity share capital for fully paid up number of shares. Did everyone understand this? Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Any queries? Okay. Now I leave this for you to complete. Okay. Break your heads, think, and solve. Next time I will discuss and solve the whole question and then evaluate yourself. You understand and learn, because we are at the end of this chapter. We may solve 1 or 2 questions. So you need to have that comfort saying that yes, we know what should be done. That is the reason why I'm giving you this question for homework. I have given you few hints. Now you know the first part of the question for maximum possible offer price. There are few entries to be done. Those entries you have already done. It is not a case where everything is new, right? It has everything: sale of shares, issue of preference shares, sale of investment, issue of preference shares. You have bonus as well. You have bank overdraft. Everything is done by you in earlier questions, maybe in bits and parts. So now, if you have a full-fledged question, what all things you need to remember what you do, please do it as homework. Next time I will discuss and we will solve this. Apart from that, we may solve 1 or 2 more questions. That will mark the end of this. This is it from my side for the day. Anything else? Any doubts, any queries, any questions from your side? If there are no doubts, we can leave. I have taken up attendance.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, everyone.